Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and I've got a Galaxy S4. It's an old phone from 2013, but I don't need the phone to do much. I need it to make phone calls and text, and occasionally do Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and My Disney Experience. This is where we come to the issue. Let's tilt you. There we go. So this is where we come to the issue. So I'm using Android, can we see there, 4.4.4. What is that, KitKat? Old. Because the phone's old, they don't upgrade it anymore. But don't let that stop you. Just because the phone companies and the phone manufacturers stop supporting a device doesn't mean that the open source community abandons it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a new version of Android made in the open source community and flash the phone. Now, there is danger of doing that. One, you can brick the phone. You can, certainly add a warranty, so that's not really an issue, but you can make the phone just useless. I've done this several times in the past, so I feel fairly confident in my abilities. But you may not want to do this. But for an old phone that you have lying around, give it new life. My Disney Experience needs Android 5 and higher. I'm installing, oh geez, I can't remember. 7? I think it's 7.1 Android. So, a big difference, jump. I am doing this on Linux. You, of course, can do this on Windows and Mac, but I've got a Linux machine, so I'm doing it the Linux way. And Android, of course, is Linux variant as well. All right, Chris, you've talked a lot. Are you going to show us what you're going to do exactly step by step? No, because things change over time. So I used to use a ROM set called CyanogenMod, and apparently they stopped making that. It got forked, and these arguments always happen in Linux, and now it's called LineageOS. Basically the same developers, I think, but it's just different now. So yeah, I'll show you the rough idea, but step by step, look it up online, and they've got a great website that tells you step by step what to do. So at the moment, I'm downloading the Google Apps package and the actual OS, and I'm also downloading the recovery, which you use to put on here. It replaces the stock recovery, and that's the program that loads up before the phone loads up. And from there, you can change the ROM set out. So I'll be wiping the phone, doing all that. So I'll step it through you real quick, but again, look online. So you can see I've booted into the recovery screen. So it gives you a warning. You hit OK. And now I'm going to plug in my USB cable and install the custom recovery. You can see on the screen here that it did identify the phone. Now the actual flashing process. Success. So we're in the custom recovery, and what we can do is make a backup of the stock ROM and then put on the new ROM. This is going to erase the phone, but that's fine. And here we go. We're going to back up the existing stock operating system to an SD card just in case we ever wanted to revert. So it took 1,364 seconds to back up, and now we're formatting the system. And here we go. We are installing the new system. Alright, so I'm already installing Google Apps. It took less than 5 minutes to pretty much do this whole process, which is amazing because it took, 1,300 seconds to back up the existing system, which kind of goes on about all the bloatware that's on phones. And talk about bloatware, look at this. Going in the wrong direction. I've gained a little weight, not too much, but I'm not quite where I was. I've had some anxiety issues, so I've been kind of indulging. And I've had a little light depression earlier in the year, so I just, you got to take care of that before you take care of the body, or they're tied together. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so your stock phone has got apps on it that you're forced to use. You cannot delete. But the nice thing about these custom ROMs, these open source ROMs, are you don't have that problem. So I'm not going to be forced to have 30 apps I don't want. It's just going to install the stuff I do want. So it's installing just a light version of Google. I actually could have just installed just enough to install Google Play, and that's it. nothing else. But I don't mind some of the Google apps. So Google, it's hard to say. Yeah, exciting. This phone's just about to reboot. I'm just about to reboot. So when you reboot the phone, what happens at the first time you install the OS is it actually has to kind of compile all the programs that are built in. So it takes a long time. It takes about 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, and then you've got to actually log in. So I did all that stuff, and we can see by the Android version, can we see that? Is it popping yet? 712. I'm good to go. Now I just got to see, does the phone actually ring? Do I still remember my new phone number? I don't know. Oh, hello. We're good to go. We got ourselves an updated phone. Hopefully the battery life will be better. And I don't think I explained earlier why I needed to upgrade for the My Disney Experience app and what that is. So at Disney World, if you want to make reservations, if you want to get on virtual lines so you don't actually have to wait on the line, they're called Fast Passes. You want to see what time parades are. There's games and stuff in the My Disney Experience app. There's a link to, besides your room reservations, pictures. If you have an annual pass or you buy something called a Photo Pass, or now it's called Memory Maker, there are photographers throughout the park that'll take your pictures for free. Well, no, not for free. For annual passes, it's free because Photo Pass is thrown in, or Memory Maker is thrown in. If you had to buy it, it's like $100 or something. However, we are annual pass holders, so all our pictures are taken for free. All the ride photos show up for free because you're wearing magic bands, an RFID band when you're in the parks, which the sensors know. So they take ride pictures and they just show up, boom, right on the My Disney Experience app. So you kind of need that app. Now Marissa's got it on her phone, but just in case, I'd like it on my phone. So that was the whole point of the upgrade. And maybe battery life and not having all that bloatware, all reasons why I did the upgrade. So happy, the phone rings, and I'm going to do another video. Maybe it's already shown on the phone service I bought from T-Mobile, which is $3 a month. I have cell service for $3 a month. Not much cell service. I don't usually need much cell service. I'm usually on Wi-Fi. Plus I got my iPad, so I just need the phone for emergencies and just quick, hey, I need this. Okay, great, bye. That kind of stuff. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this little journey. Take care.